Man, oh man, here we go again, and we're back with some second channel action. So yesterday I made a second channel video that was last week. So now the ceiling fan install. Oh, she's chumming along up there. And this morning I had Slick come give me a hand before I got started. We lost an hour playing grab butt with this thing again. But I was able to lift it up about, I don't know, a foot or so. And I told y'all, you could see the flashing on the wall before because it was whatever. So I got it raised high enough. The blades aren't exactly above the lights, but they're only about 3 or 4 inches below them. And that was enough to get rid of the seizure causing flashes that was going on. I'm not even, well, not cause a seizure, but they were actually making my stomach hurt yesterday. I was like, I turned them off because the flashes was getting me. Now, speaking of flash, let's fire up this old Yee Hawl. Oh yeah, they call this rig the Flash because she's so dang fast. You don't believe me? High speed reverse burnout. No! A reverse wheel hop and she almost died. This thing was twerking. It was like... Alright, so we recently gave the Yee Hawl some love. Y'all see now on the main channel. We fixed the heater. We fixed the stuff. We fixed the other thing. All kinds of stuff on it. I really can't remember. She has been doing great. You know, I've noticed lately that for some reason, it's favoring leaning towards the driver's side. Not sure what that's about, but that's not what we're here to investigate. Don't worry about that. The thing about fixing the big annoyances, like huge exhaust leaks, heaters not working, cold air that's 6 degrees outside blowing in straight to your crotch. The thing about, 4-gallon gas tanks in the back, as you fix those big annoyances and they go away, then what before you considered your minor annoyances, they become the big annoyances. So it's like, it's been really enjoyable to drive. Drove her all up to the city and stuff yesterday. Been using her as my daily since we have worked on it. Giving her the love and attention she deserves. I'll tell you a big annoyance. Every time I go somewhere, this thing has been missing the door handle for as long as I can remember. So to open my door, especially once I get it nice and warm in here from that working heater, I gotta roll my window down so I can reach out and open it. That's annoying. I told you, I think I told you the belt was loose on the alternator. It sounds like it's got even looser. Probably need to address that. Pop! Oh, that sounded really good. Once again, proving how good those Cyclops lights are. They should pay me for all this advertisement they get out of me on accident. That thing's been there, the front of this thing. If you hit a really bad bump, it'll knock your teeth out. Rides like crap because we cut coils to lower it. And she's pretty stinking low. But that Cyclops flashlight been hanging on, okay? Oh, it's like it got looser. We'll service that, top it off. I suspected we may have got some of our air out of the system. We got a lot of little piddly stuff. I got the heater working, right? Well, there's crap in there. So now you'll be chumming or going along down the road and you hear cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching start happening up in there. And it's just something's in the blower, you know. Maybe we can pull that out, hopefully. I ain't looked into it, but hopefully we can remove that and get the rat crap out of there. We are going to start with putting some tension back on our alternator. And luckily, it's been so cold out. Oh, thing bit me. That thing still runs nice and cool. Even slightly low on the coolant. Who knows if the water pump's even turning because the belt's so stinking loose, you know. But this thing, she's a trooper. She got the heart of a champion. Well, dang sure wasn't from that being loose. Oh, that belt looks like she could be replaced, but I'm pretty sure I replaced it back in the day. They don't make them like they used to. That's as tight as we can go. That's a lot better, so we're just gonna run it. I don't think we'll have issues. Be sure to get the tiniest lever ratcheting device you can get for premium torque. You can play the banjo on her now at least. I thought there was some in here. There is not. So that just pooped on my plans of refilling it. And And I thought I had some in my cabinet. I do not. So that really poops on my plans. Be all right. We'll get some and top her off. I'll tell you something else I'd like to do underneath here that I never did do because the Speedo used to work. It no longer works. It broke. Snap. That'll happen. So this is a regulator something governor. U-Haul installed that ugly thing on here, and it would hook up to where your Speedo would go, and then from that it would feed your Speedo, and that thing would prevent you from going over 55, I do believe. I feel like it says it on here somewhere. It says excuse you, it says the max speed on it. Maybe over there. No passengers allowed in the rear. Well, that ain't no fun. Anyhow, this thing won't let you go faster than 55. This, I believe, had a cable that come out of it and even used to go hook up to like the throttle in a way as a governor. Anyhow, now that the Speedo cable broke between here and there, there's really not a reason to keep that in there. So we're gonna pull that. We've got some type of canister here that's obviously not being used. We can get rid of it. We've got some type of something else up there not being used. We can get rid of it. So if we ain't using it, let's get rid of it. Slowing us down from running that, 18-second pass we'd get out of this girl. That was being awful generous. Like that. We don't need that. It does nothing. That wire, we probably don't need it. It does nothing. Now right there's your vacuum amplifier, AKA scrap metal. It amplified the weight of that barrel that's gonna make me some money one day. I can't wait to get all them barrels filled up like that. Guys, I never realized the amount of scrap with the tiny stuff I go through. Like I knew, but I didn't. And then, I'd keep it in buckets and dump it here or there. But a lot of bolts and nuts and stuff would get swept up or like that. I may normally just throw it in the trash can. But since I've been keeping those barrels, I fill up a barrel like once a month. So a good year from now, we're gonna have some barrels to haul off, and that's all short scrap. I'm curious to see how much we're gonna get paid on just scrap metal around this place. Anyhow, our 2 bolts, we can just put them back in, because why not? That one didn't sound happy, but we didn't give it much of a choice, did we? What's this wire going to? Where's the bundle? We don't want underneath the hood of the Yee Hawl looking trashy, so we're gonna give that a little snippy. Oh, what in the sphincter valve we got going on right here, huh? There, that one removes just by ripping it. And look, 2 more wires we don't need. That one was ground, and that one was a chewed up wire. Now don't get me wrong, we're not gonna get overly carried away here, because this truck really needs a wiring harness, a full wire redo, in my humble opinion. Y'all seen me fix some of the wiring. A lot of it's chewed up. A lot of it was spliced in by U-Haul. They did not do a good job, but as of right now, everything that I want to function does function. So do I think it's worth spending 3 or 4 days and doing a full rewire on the Yee Hawl? Not currently, no. Spending that 1 minute, clean that up just that little bit from wires flopping around everywhere and a couple unused pieces with nipples hanging off. Sure, that cleaned it up. Are we low on fluid because I can't see none in there? Nope, I just can't see well. Are these original hoses still somehow hanging on? Sure are. Oh yeah, this stuff is sloppy. Anyhow, I mean, who adds wire like that? Okay, that one was me. You caught me. What do we gotta do? 10 mil, 10 mil. Might need the extension kit. Squeeze! Squeeze! Oh no, I broke my thingy. Careful, you don't want to break your thingy. Breaking your thingy may hurt. Hey, I don't know this is true, but I've heard you can actually break your thing. We're not, we just won't talk about that. Someone said you could break it. I don't think that's something I want to experience. And there's that cable I was telling you that used to go to the carburetor to slow you down. Oh, that just slid off there the whole time. I like to put the bolts back in because those are threaded holes. And they do stay quite nice. And who knows, we may need to ground to it one day or mount something when we do our turbo swap in the future. Let's get to looking here. This is hood cable, which is probably supposed to be in this clip that just broke. Whoa! that hood cable's dang near coming out. So that hole goes all the way into there. Not that any of that really matters. Anyhow, let's see. We'll pull that bracket. Telling y'all, scrap metal bracket or scrap metal barrels just going up in weight. Wonder what old Bill's up to today. Ain't seen Bill in a minute. We need to check on Billy boy. Don't mind that custom field job right there, okay? I just want to make sure we're not gonna get intermingled on here. I don't know how this thing bolts. Looks like this has studs going down through, so that'll be fun. I may have to get up underneath here. This one is going down to transmission. Yeah, that one's tight, but goes to our speedo cable. Whoop! Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you want to have a good time, give Theo a call. Don't stop us now. Don't stop us, cause we're having a good time. Having a good time. Theo's a guard dog passing by like Lady Godiva. Alright, I'll hush up. Y'all don't want to listen to me sing Queen anyhow. Bet y'all didn't see that one coming. Gotta keep you on your toes with the curveballs. Yeah. Removing that cover did not somehow help my thumb strength. Boy, what a damn contraption and a half they had figured out, huh? I mean, this will be nice, because with this out of here, we could relocate that. When we do our turbo swap, for some reason, if it's beneficial to pull our battery over here or something, we'll have that option. You gonna look at it? You gonna look at it with me? Mm-hmm. Looks like we got the 4-nut special. Some are gooped up. That's always a plus. Just so y'all see what I'm looking at here. And just so y'all see what's looking at me. Dude wears me out. You wear me out. Allow me to stand up, please. Yo, stop. He's like, I got you pinned down. I got you trapped. Had a plate on the bottom. I'll show you what I tried to do, talking about that scrap, even all that stuff. Boom. Oh, she's going to the scrap, baby. This is a very special moment for me because I've wanted to take this out for so long. And I don't know why I've waited so long to take it out. Oh yeah, thank goodness. I mean, just look at this thing. Golly, she's just a mess and a half. Oh, I can't imagine. I can't imagine anyone wanting that thing, and if you want it, it's in my scrap barrel. Hey, and underneath there, stayed in really good shape, not all rusted out, which we cannot say about that side. Snap. You see my homemade setup there? Oh, did that just spin? Yes, it did, but it don't leak. Take the old screwdriver on the kniffy, give that a little snugging. Yeah, I guess I didn't believe in torquing any of this stuff, but obviously it ain't really needed it. So that's a T that goes to our carburetor, and then this is the supply, and then this is a little, I don't know what you'd call it, regulator basically for the return. It's got a tiny hole, and I guess that, I don't know, it just slows down what it allows it to return. This come factory with the tiny carburetor that are terrible on these, and obviously I just made it work with this swap. The reason I'm telling you that is if you decide to do the 2100 carb swap on yours, that's a good way to plumb it in, because y'all seen my air fuel ratio on the dyno, and this thing burns clean. I mean, just perfect. And speaking of scrap, let's go kind of look through ours real quick. I had this piece of like heater tubing or something that had all these crazy bends in it, and I was saving it for, they make good for what we're gonna try to use it for, you'll see. And when I cleaned out the scrap cabinet in the shop, I was like, you know, I've had that for a couple of years and I ain't used it yet. So I chunked it, and here we are now. I'm realizing I could have used it for the old Yee Hawl. Means it's somewhere in here. I think that may be what I'm talking about. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love, love? Nope, that is not it. That came off the, oh, that's the water valve off the Chevy Love. We may be able to make this piece work for what we need though, so we're gonna keep it. I'm blind, hell if I know. I know. Pudding, that ain't scrap, that's good stuff. Yeah, except I've had these pieces forever. I've got stacks of the stuff over there, and I never use it, so I got rid of it. Well, you may be out of luck, Chuck. I swear I had a piece, but I ain't seeing it. Maybe I'll use this too. In fact, that fitting may help us out for something else. So not exactly what I had in mind. However, we may be able to make her work. So that tubing's hopefully about the right size for this, which has never been hooked up since we've done our carb swap. And I'm not overly concerned about it, but if we could hook it up to something, then it would probably reduce the amount of oil going everywhere. Of course, I say that, and this is perfectly dry, and underneath this is perfectly not. So it does appear that more oil comes out of this than through there. If you don't believe me, we'll just do the whole finger dip test. Finger dip said, yeah, a lot of oil comes out of there. No, it's not clogged. No, it don't taste good. Yes, the oil tastes fresh because we just changed the oil though. So, okay. I don't know if this is supposed to be a gasket device or what. Maybe we can do what everyone's thinking and RTV this sucker down into the valve cover. And then this simply shoves down into it. I mean, anything that helps, right? Right. We have RTV. We've got carb cleaner. So we clean this up. We clean up over there, the RTV. We stop losing a 32nd of a quart per oil change. And that's gonna help. I mean, oil ain't getting cheaper nowadays, am I right? The Right Stuff 90-minute gasket maker. 90 minutes? Who's got 90 minutes to wait? We're in the modern times, folks. It's now. Get with it, Right Stuff. I need the 5-minute adhesion. I love how 1 week we may build the prettiest floors you've ever seen in a Lodestar. The next week we may RTV a hose into a valve cover. You just never know around here. Just nice little guacamole to fill that holy. A guac of the Right Stuff. Oh yeah. That, my friends, is looking super professional. Oh yeah. Then you just smear it on top. That way, dang sure can't leak out if it wanted. Oh yeah. Trying to smear it with a rag don't make it look better, come to find out. It's all right. Persistency is key here. That dries up good. We get a little oil built back up on it. It'll be fine. Let's see how much bend we can whoop into this thing. Kind of kinking and collapsing, which was expected. But as long as something can flow through, that's all that really matters, I think. The goal will be to weld that onto there somehow to connect to that, which luckily that faces down. So that thing dang near has to do a full turn. That's what we were hoping for. That's what I was hoping to see. Ow! Walk it off. We're shaking. We're shaking. That didn't even hurt. We're back and in action. That's the problem with these splinter valves. They just don't make them like they used to. That's why I recommend you just get rid of them. Oh, this is looking terrible. And we're full collapsing. No, she still flows, folks. We're gonna have to make that work. It's our only option. We've come too far. In a world where mini trucks don't want to stay on the road, there's one man with one glove, missing one fingertip, who can save them. This summer, 2026. I'm gonna shut up. What in the Pot County crack pipe are we building? This is gonna be so bad, but so good. It's gonna work. Oh yeah, We just cut that at an angle and knock a hole and weld it. What else could you ask for, folks? We probably don't want metal shavings working their way into our engine. So quick little deburr there. All right, and then a little more angle here. But other than that, we're gonna pop a hole right there. That'll weld. That's a mock-up. This summer, coming to a theater near you, starring the great Puddin' of Puddin's Fat Shop and Brad Pitt, who is originally from Shawnee, Oklahoma as well. He just denies us because he's so fancy. That's true. He is from here. Yeah, y'all think about that. Brad Pitt's born in the same city I was born in. Ask him if he claims us. Probably not. You know what the difference between me and him is? One of us is good looking, and it must suck being ugly. The hit action comedy Mini Truck Rescue. Give me that mini truck. All right, I'm picturing way too much crap in my head. And over here where all this electrical stuff is that definitely hooks up to 12 volts, you just want to take metal pipes and just throw them there. You know, what's the worst that's going to happen as your battery's connected? There's another one that is right there, some type of vent. It's obviously not doing much because over here's not overly oiled. So that's good. But it could be letting debris get down in there. And, oh, that's the right size. So we kind of lucked out there. I thought it was bigger, which is why I had said maybe this would benefit us. But it does look like that may just benefit us. So all we need is to roughly cut that down there and then continue bending this in a way till it can touch up here. Or we could just get one of them little filters and put on there. If I had one of them, that would be nice. Because the problem is, like, doing that top one's real easy. We could pop that tube off right there and take the top off. We start dropping a lot of these off there, and that may become not so fun, even if we just need to pull our breather real quick. It was kind of down in there. So we need coolant, and we'll put filter on the list here. We may even get crazy and put a wing nut on this sucker here in a minute. Oh, pop goes the weasel. Hole, check. Slide angle increase. Check. See some thin stuff. We're gonna have to turn that down. Let's go check it. Oh yeah, definitely don't bring the rest. We'll just eyeball, because I know it sits about right there. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. It has to. We ain't gonna give it a choice. Next, we will weld this and warp the crap out of it, because it's paper thin. Luckily that welder works really good, and we can turn it down really low and weld up any gap. Even got plumb underneath there. And it actually did not warp it too bad. Oh, and she's smoking, baby. Wing nut, when you're at this level of high performance, guys, all the little details matter. Oh, good fit. Is that really gonna do nothing? Probably not. Or probably so. Do nothing, do something. Something's gonna happen, but nothing's gonna show. Will it do something? We don't know. Earlier I said I wonder what Bill's been up to, and I spawned him. He's here. Well, let's look at, I hate to pull the door panel because it's probably gonna break stuff. But at the same time, I need to get to whatever rod. Now I don't have a handle, so when I say fix it, I don't mean we're gonna do a actual replacement. I mean we're gonna Jimmy Warner it, which means we're gonna hook up some sort of wire or something we can just pull to be able to get out without lowering our window down. Freaking brute. Oh, are you so loved? He hates the camera. He'll stare at you, then you show him the camera and he looks away. He's looking back at Slick and looking over here now that the camera's gone. Too big now, huh? Too big to be in front of the camera. You use all these people to blow up, make a name for yourself, and now you can't even even be in front of the camera no more or what? All right, we got to crank out as much as we can, guys. I've got a buddy who I've said I'd help bleed his brakes at some point this evening. Hank, oldest daughter, she needs an oil change. We may try to squeeze that in, but I did what I do when we went to eat, and I got on Marketplace.
Guilty.
And I found something really super duper cool, to the point that I told the guy I'll pay him asking price and let me know when I can come there. And he said he gets off around 3:30-ish. So I don't know if that's gonna be part of this video or not. Probably not. Just know I found something that y'all know I like them. This one's got something that makes it special though. And it's also a really good deal. So if I don't, and we're being busy tomorrow, if I don't go get that today, I promise you it'll be sold by the end of tomorrow. So we gotta go get it or we're gonna miss out. All I heard was, did you smell it? What you doing to my dog, Bill? That's held in with a little pin. Then there's sure to be clips that we just break.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're doing good so far, I think.
Oh! Oh!
Oh! Dang it, Slick. You have one job.
Yep.
Let's just leave that like that, because them bottom ones, careful. That thing's got more waves than the ocean down there. Those things have been wet. That's it?
We didn't have to do nothing. We could have left it on there.
I didn't even know that was there. Goes neither. So over there, if you pulled that, pull this, it would shove it forward. Golly. That sucker's all there. No wonder why them little plastic doors are snapping. What's Billy think? Why don't you tell the fine folks what you said to that lady there at the pizza place?
No. She started it.
She started it. Bill finished it.
You know, she didn't say nothing else after that.
I wasn't either, Bill. Switch me spots.
Ooh, a biter?
Now we gotta let them know. A lady asked if she could sit by us because we were at a big table and she wanted the corner. I said, sure. She sat down, a chair between her and Slick, and Bill was across from us. And she goes, or Bill goes, careful, he bites. And she was quiet for a second, and then she goes, I bite too. And then Bill said to Slick, he said, ooh, switch me spots.
Called her bluff.
She didn't say nothing after that.
Oh, she didn't want the Billy bite. Oops. We got to laughing and dropped the door panel. Those clips are no longer with us on the bottom. Yeah. Who designed these to have 100 foot-pounds of pressure? Man, about to tack weld that and then just put a hole in the door panel and get a socket that shape. It's the only logical answer.
What in the freaking origami? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, I mean, she's girthy. I mean, you know, it'd help extending this down where we get way more leverage, but I don't want to start messing up this stuff because we may find one of them eventually, and then they'll just break.
I don't want to put that one on and break it too.
Because they got the same spring rate as a 1-ton Chevy coil spring front end. Well, it seemed like a good idea. All of a sudden, that window ain't so bad.
Probably easier.
I mean, this one's held on. Ooh, you don't seem happy.
Yeah, don't be breaking that one. That's my side.
Well, we lost our quote-unquote help. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Why don't we just see if we can figure out some type of metal handle we could build? Because if we can pivot there, something like that, and you pull it and it shoves that forward, it would definitely make stuff easier. Something like that could work-ish. We'll refine when we make it out of metal. Oh yeah, my little hip thrust jumps is what I do when I get excited. Ooh, what in the winter insulated gardening gloves don't even make sense. Woo! I'm excited about this truck. So here's the deal. We're gonna use some of this and we're gonna cut our handle out of it because we can just cut the length and then shape. Then we'll have to weld a little nubby off and kind of shape it. We'll whip it up quick and easy. They'll curve back here, but nice little rounded front piece to protect my fingers from sharp edges. Next up, we gotta look at this and say if that's that, then what do we need off the back side? And honestly, it's gonna look pretty simple because it looks like we can probably just cut a piece, weld it on there, then put this piece back on there and kind of trace what we need. In fact, we can actually just, and that was on the wrong end, but you can act like you knew what I was talking about there. We can weld that up and make it a single piece and then a shaper from there, I do believe. We want that to stay nice and flat, so we'll clamp her down. I'll forget to turn the gas on and it'll weld really good. Perfect. Dummy. It's all right, we can save it. Does that look bad? Yes, it does. Is it gonna be okay? Yes, it will. The one good weld on the bottom side will keep her nice and true. All right, let's trim her out. Yeah. Speedball, speedball. Yeah. Take that over to our belt sander as well and smooth that all up. Mark our 2 holes. And now we're kind of at an important part because we need stuff that's a pretty accurate size. Luckily for me, I have no real good matching sets of drill bits or anything. Just a bunch of randoms. That one's gonna be pretty close, a little big. And it's actually fairly close to that one too. Went 2 sizes down. And it's a good thing we did because that is pert near an exact fit. And look at that. Theo can't believe it. I told him he had to come see it himself. Now we could try to use clips and this and that. I wish I had those style that you just like push down on that and it kind of bites, but I don't. Oh, but I do have heat shrink with glue in it that'll fit. And I bet this does a really good job because I'm not gonna be trying to wiggle that off there. So we'll put a little piece on there and they'll be easy to remove too if we need to. You just use the weakest heat source you got, like what I just did. Custom handle heat shrink install. You seen it here first, folks. Armrests back on. We're ready for a test run. Watch your noggin, buddy. Oh, got her shut good that time. Check that out. I told you it was gonna work. You didn't believe me. Knock the pin back in, and we call that a win. It'd been real nice if I would have cut just a little out of that back side, where it'd be easier to get a finger back there, but that's still not bad. Beats the heck out of rolling down the window anyhow. All right, up next, this blower. Looks real easy to get to. Once again, all you need is your trusty knife. Well, that's gonna get to the fan, but if the fan is, just because we can pull the blower, or the motor, don't mean the blower's gonna, yeah. I don't think this is gonna be what we need, is what I'm trying to say. I just don't know how to say it. So I think to actually get to the blower, we would have to split this, and that bracket goes up through there. It's doable, but I decided just to pop that defrost duct off there, just out of curiosity. All right, there's definitely a couple mice turds in there. Well, let's suck them out of there. Ah, shit. Oh, she does a good suck job, but boy, she loud and annoying. And that just sounded, you know what? I'm just gonna pop her vent back in here. And the one screw I pulled for no reason, I'm gonna put it right back in. Because after I got the heater going, of course, it was doing it more because the stuff was free. I haven't heard the heater or the blower make noises, so maybe the stuff's done moving around. But the only reason why I'm avoiding this right now is I've only got about an hour I can keep piddling with this thing. And that could turn in one of them jobs where you spend that hour quick. And as of right now, I've got an idea in my head that I would rather mess with the fuel gauge if possible, because I have a fuel gauge, I think, that come in a box that someone sent out. Someone sent a bunch of random stuff. And let's go see if we can't find them fuel gauges. I have no clue if it's gonna match up with the sender that we have. On the small chance it does, I would like to get it in there and have an accurate fuel gauge for the first time ever. Here it is. Here's the tiny fuel gauge we're gonna install. Just playing. Look at that double pressure. How cool is that dang thing? We need to do something with that. There's a fuel gauge. Oil pressure. Oh, I forgot they sent out one of these little harnesses. Dang, I just ordered one of these for like 30 bucks off of Amazon too for the Mercedes. What's this one? Fuel. Dang, with the low light. Just for a test, we're gonna use our jump pack. We've got I, G, and S. I should be ignition, aka 12 volts. G is your ground. And then the S should be sender. I filled up the Yee Hawl yesterday. I didn't drive too much, so let's see here. Well, that ain't true. I forgot. I went to the city and back. That's quite a bit of driving. Luckily for me, I can't really tell where it's at, so this will be a good accurate test. I am gonna hold this power wire on here. I am then gonna touch these to the two posts over here, if possible, and I'm expecting it to read about halfway. Be careful not to do that, which is sparkage. Can't quite get it there with a ground, so we'll add a ground. Ground, power, now we touch the sender. Oh, got my wire swap. I'm gonna say the thing didn't even move. All right, that just shot all the way to full, which it is not. So that one ain't a match. Got our other one, try again. This one basically shot to full as well. Hey now, golly. Got her popping and sparking. Get it where y'all can see here. There she goes. This one stops just before full, but we should be about right in there, I think. So dang it. I was really hoping one of them, I don't care that's perfect, but I figured it'd be like ballpark close-ish. I'm gonna do a quick check for any other gauges. At one point I had another one, but I can't remember if I got rid of it or not. Looky there. That's what we were gonna get for the other hose anyhow, but no, I don't see any other fuel gauges. But we do have that, which we can stick right in that one hole probably. If you're the person who sent out this box that had all this stuff we've been picking out of, well, I appreciate it, because there's a lot of good stuff in that hole. Sometimes people send stuff out and it looks like they just cleaned out their trash can and threw it in a box for me, which is the thought that counts. That box there was a home run. I mean, just all kinds of goodies were in it. All right, I got that shoved down in there. I don't think we're gonna have to clamp it because it's tight enough. I just pulled on it and it didn't come out, so we'll run it like that. Well, I looked at my checklist of stuff to do on this thing and I pretty much got it where I wanted it. Not that any of that was super duper crucial. However, that door handle kind of was. That thing was really making me not want to drive it because I was getting tired of that. So luckily we got that fixed. I just realized that I still got to run to the bank and back, and then we got to leave about 15 minutes earlier than what I was thinking. So basically, by the time I go to the bank and back, it's going to be time for me and Mama to leave. We're going to go get Hot Rod. Then I'm going to have her take me to get this truck, which means it does run and drive, as you can tell by that, which is rare for me to buy something running and driving. Anyhow, I'm going to have to hit the road and go to get that. All right, well, as you can see, it's dark now. I ran and got that vehicle. I'm not going to show you too much, but I got to show you a teaser. That's the best I can do. No more teaser for you. Let's fire up the pink tampon. I just let Hank borrow my truck, and which was not smart because I actually need to get it ready to go to the junkyard tomorrow for that rescue. And now I ain't gonna be able to do it till late or super early in the morning, which I'm already getting up super early. But she had a study group or something. Buddy Brad brought this Ford Flex over. It has really, really soft brakes. Put it on the lift and inspected it. Allegedly, it's his father and I know his stepfathers had done something with brakes on it at some point. Can't even remember what. I don't know. Since then, brakes have been soft or something. I inspected every bit of the brakes. Nothing looked funky to me. We bled the brakes. It bled out really, really good. Good fluid out, all of them. Absolutely no air. So I don't know if on those, I don't know. I drove it and it feels like about the first, say 3/4 of the brakes is worthless, just super soft. Then when you get in that last quarter stroke, it feels really good as far as if you know to drive it like that. It's not like when you get there, it slams on the brakes or anything. So I don't know if that could be. Y'all let me know. I don't know if ABS has a loop in it that allows some to return to master cylinder or something on them. I don't know. I would be firing from the hip and just making up stuff if I was acting like I knew. Hank told me she needs an oil change though, so as she's at study group, we'll get her tuned up real quick. We got to keep Patricia happy. That's what she calls her car. And I've rode with her. She drives this thing like I drive mini trucks. You just keep her pegged everywhere you go. So we got to keep the fresh oil in it. Now, still ain't emptied out our oil catcher thingy bobber. So we're sticking to our bucket technique. Oh yeah, she was dirty. Not too bad, but you can tell she's about ready for a changing. So I got a hold of my parts person and asked them to send out an oil change, but I don't see an oil change here. Oh, hey. Don't be making a mess now. I like to miss the bucket multiple times. Had to run and get an oil change. Don't worry, the gentleman at the parts house really liked my new rig. If you don't get half a quart everywhere, did you really do an oil change or did you not? Here's the long pour with no funnel. Oh, we're doing it. No, we're not. No, yes, we are. I am not slick enough to pull this one off. Oil changes are boring, so sometimes you gotta live a little. Leave that funnel on the toolbox. These cars are super easy to do an oil change on everything. It was right underneath there. Really don't even need the lift. This is one that's easy to do off the ground. And y'all don't care about watching an oil change. Plus, I gotta hurry up because I just remembered for going to the salvage yard tomorrow, I need to get a few things together. But I may have to pull some wheels off a vehicle to take them with me. I just asked the old truck guy if he has an extra set for the pattern I need, but I bet the answer is gonna be no. Oh, perfect. That oil I spilt goes right down on the belt. That's to prevent squilling. Go, Theo, go! Ooh! Go, Theo, go! Zoom me, zoom me, zoom me! Woo! Him's high speed! Wear me out, Theo. That's it, guys. We're wrapped up. Oil change, y'all don't want to watch a lot of that. You know what? Let me catch my breath. Then I'll talk to y'all. So that's not necessarily how I thought today was gonna go, but that's why I enjoy the second channel too. I'm not as nervous to let my plans get messed with, like going and spur of the moment buying a vehicle, which I actually rarely do that. I'm usually really calculated. There was no calculation in this one. It was a, sounds good to me, and we went and got it. Anyhow, been able to do that. Look at that car for my buddy, do an oil change for my daughter. And we did fix the main annoying part of the Yee Hawl, which was that door handle. So we still made progress on other stuff, and we've got something else that needs some work now. That's solid. So thank y'all so much for being here, watching, especially here on the second channel. Means a super lot to me, from me and my girls to y'all. Just cannot thank y'all enough for the support. And I hope y'all's excited about the little teaser out there, huh? And then other than that, like I said, I need to start getting ahead to for tomorrow. Let's see what time it is. Stayed pretty busy throughout the day. Ooh, almost 8 o'clock, 7:54. So I got to get some stuff gathered up real quick just to get ready for tomorrow. And then that way I can get in and spend a small amount of time with Hot Rod before we put her to bed. So thank y'all for being here. PutInsFabShop.com for that good quality merchandise. We appreciate all that support. Of course, we're on the Patreon where you can catch this stuff ad-free. Just another more direct way to support me and my girls. We appreciate all support there. And other than that, Instagram, Facebook, y'all know the drill, blah, blah, blah. I will see y'all in the next one. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Hot damn, there's so much BSery, we had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on! The hit action comedy. Redo.